What's up, AP Computer Science principals? Let's get started with a little introduction. First of all, I'm in my garage. That's my gym. That's where I get super buff and all that. And yeah, so I have to be in the garage because my son is super loud. And so here we are. Anyways, so this is our kind of like syllabus for distance learning. I'll probably have to update it as we go, but here we go. So this is what I expect. We are at a critical moment in our computer science history, so let's just first start out with a couple things to just, okay, we're ending unit 5. We have 3 more lessons to go, that's it. So we'll still be using code.org for that stuff. So you will go ahead and do those things. And then we are jumping into our final thing before the AP exam, which is the create performance task. We did the explore performance task first semester. Now we're going to do the create performance task. And for all of you who signed up to take the AP exam, College Board has just announced that they are, I'm pretty sure it's official, but there will be no multiple choice exam for the computer science principles class. Your whole grade is going to be based upon 2 performance tasks, the explore one we did first semester and the create one we did second semester. So we want to make sure that we nail those, and they moved the deadline all the way up to May 26th, so we have a long time to work on these. I'm still going to be having a final for our class, which we haven't even thought of how we're going to get there yet, but we'll get there one day at a time. So as of now, this is what we're going to be doing. Code.org, we're going to be using that for the lessons and to help us with that create performance task. We'll be using Google Docs. I'll be making a study guide for, we do have one final Chapter 5 test. So I'll make a Google Doc, share it with you. You'll make a copy of it, fill it out completely, and then share it back with me to get credit for that. We'll also be using a create performance task survival guide, which is like a huge packet of papers, which I have right here. I'm going to really highly recommend that you guys print that out. Super helpful. Normally I would give you a copy, but you know, that's how it is. This is just a little bit about what's going on. As far as the schedule goes, it is recommended that you treat the schedule that we have down here. So during those set times, so if you're my 6th period, these periods are messed up. I just realized those should be different because 135 never has block days. But you guys know how it works. 135 would go here. And so basically if the class starts at 8 to 9:30, then you should be working on computer science from 8 to 9:30 if that was your time slot. And then office hours from 1 to 2:30 is when I'll be available to answer questions and things like that. So I will probably be doing a live stream via Google Hangouts. Especially for not this week but next week when we're looking at the create performance task, because I want to make sure you guys probably are going to have a lot of questions, which is normal, and I want to be able to make sure I can field those. But otherwise I'll be available through email if I'm not doing a live stream, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. But yeah, from 1 to 2:30 I should be able to answer you quite quickly unless I'm doing another live stream for another class, my math class. But other than that, we should be pretty good. Then I made this to-do list. The to-do list is awesome. I think that's what I'm most proud about. For you guys, I like to know, like, you have all this stuff to do. When do I do it? How do I get it done? So I made this to-do list right here. And so the first week, I have a Google form that I want you to check in on. So that'll be posted on a School Loop link. I'll be using School Loop basically to communicate with you. I was going to set up a Google Classroom, but since we already have code.org, and then once you start the performance task, you really don't have a lot to turn into me, except for this big, massive project. So it's mainly you're going to be, like, it's kind of good timing because I can't really help you with the project in general. It's a 12-hour in-class project, which now you're doing those 12 hours at home, which is fine. And so I kind of just broke it down on how we should do it for the next 2 weeks. So this first week, Google form check-in, and then lesson 15 and 16 on code.org should be completed this first week. lesson 17 is a project that I'm not having due for until April 6th. So you can get it done earlier, but I'm not going to check them until April 6th. Give you time if you have questions and things like that I can make sure I can get back to you on. But I would recommend getting that done. Maybe not this week, but by early next week, try and get that done. I'm going to be posting the study guide, School Loop link. I'll probably also throw a link on here too. And again, you'll make a copy of that, fill it out, and send it back to me. But that should be done by April 3rd, which is not this Friday, this coming Friday, but next Friday. And yeah, so that is there. The next week we're introducing the performance task. We've finished up all of our new information. Now we're going to do our performance task. So I'm going to have videos on my website, which I'm going to take you to in just a second. Basically an intro video, and then algorithm and abstraction. There are two videos that in this survival guide, they ask you to kind of grade and rank kids' algorithms and abstractions if they're appropriate for the task. And so you'll fill those out and then kind of watch the video and see how you did, and I'll kind of go over that. It really helps you to know what kind of algorithm you need to make sure you make for the create performance task, and to make sure that you're actually showcasing abstraction. Again, we'll get more into that later. And then by the end of next week, I really want you to be able to pick your project. What are you going to do specifically for your create performance task? And then we're going to have the tests on Friday. So my goal is to have the 5.1 through 15 and 5.15 through 5.17 tests on that Friday. I have it down here. It'll be live all Friday from 8 to 3. If you can't make that time on April 3rd to be a part of that testing period, then let me know. Okay, and then I'll make it available to you later. Alright, let me go over to the website real quick. So this is the main website. It says Math is Life, but at the top you'll see that there is now an AP Computer Science Principles tab. So if you go there, I have a video that instructs you on online teaching. Well, it's not up right now because I'm making it right now. But here is that expectation thing that I was just going over, and I school looped you that. Here's the to-do list I just looked at, and I school looped you that. So those are right there. We'll make new to-do lists each couple weeks, but those are for the first 2 weeks. See how that goes. This video will be here, so you can watch it. And then where you're going to find most of your stuff is going to be under the Create Performance Task tab, which has nothing underneath it right now, but it will be populated with videos, resources, and things that help you work on and make that performance task. But you'll be doing all of that within the Code Studio, making the code and all that. And then we'll also be talking about how you're going to turn in all this stuff. And I also will have a tab for the AP Explore Performance Task for those of you who need to submit it. Just to double check, go over it. I have some scoring guidelines so you can kind of score yourself for these different tasks I'll have in there and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff coming to those soon. Okay? But basically, look at the to-do list. That's what needs to get done. And if you have questions, let me know. And we'll be having Google Hangouts. Just to let you know, last thing, I think it was right here. So during live classroom lessons, so that's like the live streams that I'll be doing, turn your microphone and camera off once you enter. You just want to hear from me. There'll be a chat on the sides. If you have questions, you can chat in there if we do Google Hangout. Don't push the present button, so there'll be a present button. I'll be presenting, but don't present unless you really need to. And if you do, then I will tell you to. So if you're having a struggle with code, then you could present it to me, and then I can look at it and tell you, hey, this is where you need to fix it. All school rules still apply. Respect your teacher and classmates when you're posting or chatting. Your online presence never goes away, as most of the sessions will be recorded. So that's the big thing. I'm probably going to record all of my Google Hangouts because I might say some information that kids weren't able to go to the Hangout for, and so this would be a way for them to do that. They can go back and watch them. Okay? So that's it for me. If you have questions, please contact me and make sure you fill out that Google form that will be posted on Tuesday morning and get started on your lessons. We can do this. I'm going to go pump some weight. I'll get super It's quarantine, but it's really buffantine. I'm just gonna get super buff. And I'll try and wear collared shirts. I'm sorry, I'm very casual today. I look like I'm stagecrafting. I used that same joke in my other video. So I have 2 kids that had to watch both. Sorry. Anyways, I'm out.